Hello, my name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a tarot-based life consultant. I've got a message today for the water signs, really important message. This is for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So the energy of this week is a bit sticky. It's a bit tricky. We've got the Two of Swords energy going on. And this is the energy of indecision, of having a choice that's just as strong as another choice and you're just not sure where to go. So there's a conflict inside, a mental conflict. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm going this way, you're just kind of locked. You're stuck. You're frozen. You don't know which way to turn. And we have choices when this happens. Instead of looking inside at our heart or listening to our intuition to figure it out, you're going to want to respond with this Four of Pentacles energy, which is control, holding on as tightly as you can. It's kind of the energy of greed too. So holding on to whatever you think you're going to lose, and being very possessive of your space, of your time, of your resources, just that kind of grabbing and holding energy. And why do we do this? Because we're afraid we're going to lose it. So this feeling of indecision here has you just kind of feeling uncertain and afraid, and naturally you're going to respond by wanting to hold. So your advice is, I think, very, very interesting. We have the Justice card in the middle, who's asking you to take a step back and look at this objectively, look at it with a level head, look at what's going on. And then we have two kind of energies coming off of her. So we have the Queen of Wands, and we also have the Strength card. So this reading is actually asking you to look beyond your situation and look a lot deeper. This is actually a spiritual challenge, a spiritual question. So are the needs of the ego, the self, more important than the needs of the collective? And I'll explain this in a little bit. More detail. So in this case, the Queen of Wands is representing our ego, the desire to be on stage, the desire to be first, the desire to be mesmerizing to others, and yeah, just those ego things, all about me, 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 me. So that's what this Queen is representing here. On the other side, we have the Strength card, and this is the energy that allows us to interact with others so that both their needs and strengths are preserved as well as ours. So it's really appropriate use of force. So they're saying, the guides are saying, you don't want to hold yourself in. You don't want to try to control out this way. What you need to do is find the appropriate way to interact with others and to treat yourself, to think of yourself, so that when you interact with the others, you are gently encouraging them to be their best self. You are gently encouraging a positive interaction and a positive way of being together. So let's think about this a bit more. The lion is a wild beast, okay? That's nature. It's untamed. It doesn't really choose a side. It's just wild. But a lion by itself is very aggressive and destructive because animals operate from fear when they're threatened, right? So this woman does not take away any of the lion's strength, and she also doesn't lose any of her strength, but what she does is she holds that lion's head and she says, no, gentle, poise, and wait for the right time. So this has to do with how the soul interacts with the ego. If we think of the lion as the ego, the soul is telling us to gently step back and hold on a second, because trying to very strongly and aggressively assert the needs of our ego on the world is just not going to help us. It's just going to kind of blow back in your face. But gently integrating what your soul would like and allowing your soul to kind of come forward instead of your soul being bossed around by the ego, by the lion, that's what's really going to help you this week. So it starts with an inward spiritual choice. That it's not that you're forgetting about your own needs and kind of putting them down to please another person. That's not what's going on. What's going on is that you really need to listen to the needs of your soul over the needs of your ego, because the ego is going to shut you down and it's going to keep you from connecting with others, which as a water sign, that's your strength. But if you can get that soul to kind of hold back the ego, then you are working in harmony through gentleness and through love and through a higher understanding of what your own ego's true strength is. So if you allow the soul to be controlling the ego, or to be guiding the ego, I shouldn't say control, to be guiding the ego, then the ego actually gets to see truly how strong it is. Whoa, that took me in a different direction than I thought we were going to go. I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please also comment and or like if this was helpful to you. Your feedback really is important to me, and I love to hear from you. So if you'd like a one-on-one reading, I am more than interested and available, and you can find out more info on my website below. In the meantime, have a great week, and I'll see you next time.